Samaritan Outreach is a human services agency here in Highland County. It was started many years ago by John and Jean Carson from the local Episcopal Church, who started the group to try to fill the gaps in the existing social service network.
I am a volunteer here at the Samaritan Outreach Food Pantry. I come in one day a week for about 3 hours and just pack up bags of groceries that will be given to the clients when they come through their drive-through pickup.
Pre-COVID, our clients would come in and be greeted by our receptionist, and she would check them into the computer and make sure that their information was up to date. And then a volunteer would accompany the client.
It's really great how we have it set up here because it really makes the client feel like they're actually shopping, as if they would be going to Kroger's or to a grocery store to get their own groceries. And they get choices throughout the pantry of what they can select. It's also a really wonderful time for the volunteer and the client to build a bond and an amount of trust with each other. Sometimes they share their problems with you. Sometimes you become a counselor, and as a volunteer, we have a lot of experience in life, and so some of the young mothers would even come through and they would select meat or try to select a meat and wouldn't really know how to prepare it and would say, well, I don't know what to do with this, or what do I do with this rice? And so many times, many of our volunteers would actually sit down with their clients and give them suggestions on how they could use crock pots to prepare their meat and add vegetables to it and make a stew or something like that for their family. So you really become connected with the clients, and they really form a trust with you and a good friendship many times as well.
At the start of COVID, an unknown company who did not want to be recognized from Cincinnati, we believe, offered to pay all of the food fees for any food ordered through Free Store Food Bank for any food pantry in Southwest Ohio. So since COVID started, we have been getting most of our canned goods and bulk foods for free, which is amazing. Expenses have gone up, gasoline has gone up, delivery has gone up, a lot of expenses for food pantries everywhere have gone up. And so having that free food has been a miracle for us and for all food pantries, I'm sure. Traditionally, we pay by the pound. We average about 10 cents a pound for food we purchase through Free Store Food Bank. You can kind of see around me here that the food that we get through them is very specific. We'll have one type of corn or one type of beans. And so when people donate food, Boy Scout troops, garden clubs, senior citizen centers, lots of places have food drives for their local food pantries like us, and bring down a variety of food, which is great. Because although I can buy food in bulk and provide to masses, I don't get variety. So having those those organizations do food drives for us makes a huge difference in what we're able to provide for the folks. So it's kind of a blend. It's things we're able to buy, and then things that are donated to us kind of are important, and both play a pretty big role in what we do.
In order to receive food and become a client of Samaritan Outreach, there are guidelines set by the state that determine poverty level, and we work within those guidelines.
The last 10 years, we've averaged probably 1,200 households a month, give or take. During COVID, the first couple months last year, our numbers kind of skyrocketed because people were scared and they didn't know what they were going to be able to do. They were afraid to spend money. And then once people kind of settled into the new COVID regulations, they were afraid to go out. And so our numbers have gone down. So currently we're serving between 300 and 500 households a month, probably. The hardest part of this job is having clients come to us for help and not being able to fix all their problems. Getting them food is a really important part in making sure that they are safe and healthy and well, but it's not the only part.
We do what we can to give them the food that we are permitted to give them and the quantities that we can give. However, sometimes we feel like maybe there's just a little bit more that's needed. That's frustrating at times because you want to give them so much more sometimes.
The best part is knowing that, first of all, we are giving back to the community and we are helping those who need help. And let's face it, everybody needs a break every now and then, and everybody needs help. Also, for me, it was something to do that I could personally give back to the community and help in that way.
When I think of Samaritan outreach, one word I think of is hope. It's so great to know that there's a place provided where you can go and have a friend to talk to, be able to get help, immediate help that day if you're hungry, and places where you can go for networking, maybe for other things in your life that you need help with. So I feel like hope is here at Samaritan Outreach.